it is a privilege to go on a thru hike and leave everything behind for a few months at a time, the price of all that gear can really add up. Plus, think about all the outdoor products that are manufactured every year. What goes into producing those materials, what resources are used to assemble it, and then to ship it to wherever it's stored, and then to ship it to you. And next year, the newer, lighter, better model comes out, and a lot of that's shipped to a landfill. For those two reasons, I've been trying to get my gear for as cheap as possible, or maybe even free. Here's my ideas. First, let's start with free, although it's not really free because you're gonna need transportation to go get this stuff. First, there's a movement called Buy Nothing that is anti-buying things and pro-community. There's an app, it's just called Buy Nothing, or you could go to Facebook groups and search Buy Nothing, whatever area you're in. For example, when I was looking for a scale that I could use to measure how much my gear weighed and I can start fine-tuning it a little more, on the app no one really answered, but on Facebook one person replied and said I could borrow theirs, and another person replied and said she had a kitchen scale that she wasn't even using. And this isn't really a new concept either. You could probably do it without technology. Just get the word out to a bunch of people that you're looking for something, and someone might have it laying around. That being said, this method wouldn't be good for finding a very specific tent or sleeping bag or clothes of any kind, but just an idea for you. Another idea is borrowing gear. On my first thru hike, the Tahoe Rim Trail, I borrowed some gear from my dad's friend who was a scout leader and just happened to have some we could borrow. Not everyone has that in their life, but if you do, you might want to reach out to them. Of course, you could always repair or alter what you have instead of buying something new. For example, I've hiked in the same outfit for years now, and the pants I wear, some of the pockets have holes in them and they're just getting kind of old. So instead of going out and buying something new, I'm just gonna sew it up, patch it up, and keep using that. But definitely those ideas are very situational. So here's some ideas for getting gear for cheap. Going back to what I said before about consumerism being the enemy of environmentalism, keep in mind used gear sites. An example of this would be I was looking for some rain pants, and so I Googled a list of really good rain pants that are lightweight but also durable. Then I went to a website that sold used gear, typed in rain pants, and then wouldn't you know it, but one of the rain pants I found that were really good were for sale. And originally they costed like $130, but I got them for $60. And they were in my size too. And again, that might not work in every circumstance. Then you have to weigh shopping around and getting the cheapest possibly possible price, or using a company that has a reward system. At REI, you can buy something and then sometimes you get money back on your account that you can use on future purchases, but it never seems like it really adds up to that substantial of an amount to make it worth buying the product there instead of just searching for the lowest possible price online and getting that. That's how it was for me when I bought my Ursack bear bag. First, I decided I wanted the almighty 10 liters. As you can see, there's a range of prices, but not all of these are exactly what I want. Some are the 30 liter or the kind to keep out bears, not bears and mice. The lowest cost of the almighty 10 liter was at Elkmont Trading Company for $135. Now I have an REI membership, so let's check their price too. Make sure it's the one I want, and it's $170. Now at the bottom right, it says I would get $17 back, but even if you see that as savings, the other place still has a better price. The downside is REI has a pretty good return policy. This place says you can only return something within 14 days. If I was on the fence about what I was buying, I might go with REI for the peace of mind, but in this case, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to return it, so I'm just going to go with a lower price. Plus, I know there are places that rent outdoor gear, especially if you are just trying backpacking, you're not sure if you want to use it for years to come, then you might want to consider renting. Hi, this is Editing Maddie from the future, coming in to say I thought of another thing for sustainability, and that is shopping small. Now, in most cases, you really can't do that with the majority of outdoor gear, but when it comes to trail gaiters, there is someone that makes them on Etsy, and their username is UltraGam, if you're interested in that. Look how cute this is! With outdoor activities, having specialized gear that you've researched and planned can really make or break your trip. But unfortunately, the phrase, "you get what you pay for," really applies, and sometimes you just can't help but spend the big bucks. I hope I've given you a few ideas. If you have more ideas or you got a really good deal you want to tell us about, put it below in the comments. If you like talking about gear, I'm planning to thru-hike the Appalachian Trail this year. In a few weeks, I'll have a video about all the gear I'm starting with. But first, I'm going on a training hike. Hope to see you then.